Hey, it's Wendy from Worldwide Speak. This video is going to help you write an essay. Maybe you're a student and you have to write an essay for the first time, and English is not your native language. This is the video you need to watch. It's a basic overview of what an essay is and how we write it in the United States. It will give you complete understanding of the structure that you need to use in order to have a successful essay. I've been teaching writing to English language learners for quite a while. I know that this video is going to help you be much more successful when you write in English. So maybe you're confused about the essay and what you have to write. My students commonly ask me, what is an essay? What is the structure of an essay? And Wendy, why do I need to write this? I'm going to try to answer these questions for you clearly so that you feel comfortable and confident when you write an essay in English. Let's take a look at this first question. A simple definition of an essay is that it's a short piece of writing on just one topic. Even though your essay might include many paragraphs, all of those paragraphs are related to the one topic that you are focusing on for this essay. Now, essays have different jobs to do, or they have a different purpose depending on the type of essay you're writing. Sometimes we have essays that are narrative essays, and your job as the writer is to tell the reader a story. And then we also have expository essays, and your job as the writer is to tell the reader the facts about some topic. Then we have the descriptive essay, which paints a picture for the reader about your topic in their mind, and you do this using your words. And then we also have what's known as the persuasive essay, and your job as the writer in this essay is to change the reader's mind or to persuade the reader about your opinion on some specific topic. I'm going to go over these different types of essays in other videos, and you can look for those coming to you on YouTube from Worldwide Speak this summer. So the second question that my students have is, Wendy, what is the structure of an essay? And the structure of an essay is pretty basic. And when you know this structure, I guarantee you, you will be successful. When you're first starting out, this basic foundation of the essay is extremely important. We have different parts of the essay. So the essay is typically made up of the introduction paragraph, the body paragraph or paragraphs, and the conclusion. And remember what I said in the previous slide. I said that even though the essay has many different paragraphs, it's still always one thing on one topic. Your job as the writer is to remember that focus, even though you have different paragraphs. You have the introduction paragraph that begins to tell your reader what your purpose is. You have the body paragraph or paragraphs that give the evidence or the description or the examples, details of what you want to show the reader in order to convince the reader that you're staying on your topic and you're focused. And then you have the conclusion. And this just summarizes what you had said in your body paragraphs and reminds the reader and leaves the reader with your ideas in their head. So with this structure of an essay, I like to use these shapes so that my students can visualize what the essay is. We use this triangle, this upside down triangle for the introduction. And then we use squares for the body paragraphs. And then we use the triangle in the regular position for the conclusion. So the upside down triangle would be your first paragraph. The square or squares would be the body paragraphs. And the regular right side up triangle would be your conclusion. So even though your essay might have 3, 4, 5, or more paragraphs, remember, it's all one thing with one purpose. And lastly, why do I need to write an essay? I try to emphasize to my students that there are many reasons why you need to write an essay besides just because you have to. I like to explain to them that it's a great way, it's wonderful training for your brain to organize your thoughts and to stay focused. It's also a way to write stronger sentences. Because you have a purpose, you have to make sure that all of your sentences also have a purpose. And when you do that, your sentences become stronger and more important for the reader so that they can understand exactly what you're saying. I tell my students that you can learn how to persuade people or to convince people of your opinion and why you hold that opinion using facts. That's an extremely important skill that you can translate and use in the real world as well. Also, you will need to write essays at some point in your college career, or if you're taking college classes. You possibly will have to write something for your boss later on in your job. And you're going to have to write emails or cover letters or other types of writing if you're going to look for a job. And when you know how to write an essay well, these skills are able to be applied to these real life writing tasks. You will be a stronger writer once you learn how to write an essay well in English. Make sure to watch my next video on how to write the introduction. Now that you know the basic pieces or parts or paragraphs of an essay, the introduction, the body paragraph or paragraphs, and the conclusion, now you're ready to watch the different videos on those specific parts where I go into complete detail on all the exact pieces you need, and I give examples so that you can have a better understanding of what that looks like in real life. I look forward to seeing you then. Also, remember, you can visit our website at Worldwide Speak, and if you would like more in-depth explanation, you can always sign up for a one-to-one class with me and go over specific needs that you might have. Thanks for watching. See you soon.